Hello everybody, welcome to Brockham. Now I found a fellow YouTuber, Aubrey. We're going to do a little run. We've both got the Adios Pro 3s on. I'm a UK 13 and Aubrey is
9.5.
9.5. Now Aubrey's actually doing a session today. He's got a 15-minute sort of tempo run at his 10k speed, and he's got this elusive barrier trying to get under 50 minutes. He did 51 seconds, was it, your last race?
You know, don't bring it up, Tim. I'm still heartbroken about it. But yeah, finished chip time, 50 seconds, 50 minutes and 1 second.
Oh, so annoying. But it was a 3-minute PB though, wasn't it?
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely. So perspective, you know?
So, but in a way, it sort of gives you more motivation for the next time, isn't it? If you broke that barrier, then you think, well, the next barrier might be a few months down the road.
Correct.
So yeah.
Correct.
So we're going to do a little warm up, and then we're going to do this 15-minute tempo run. About, I think in miles, because I'm old, 8-minute miles, and it's about a 5-minute K pace, isn't it? Because obviously, it's easy maths, isn't it? To get under 50 minutes for 10K, you obviously need to be breaking 5 minutes on average. So,
correct. And
that's more or less, I think, 8-minute miles. Use that as a way of thinking what's the two. And this is actually the location of the start of the Dorking 10. I mean, we're saying we're missing Sue, my wife, already, but she slunk off to Portugal. Right for some, isn't it? We're stuck here to just go for a run, but boys' night out.
That's it. That's it.
We'll go for a quick orange and lemonade afterwards.
My coach is listening, Tim.
Yeah.
Orange and lemonade.
Extra orange.
That's it.
Okay, so Aubrey and me have found the loop that I've wanted to find. It's sort of like near a farm, so you can imagine in a warm summer's day, a bit of manure on the road. Not exactly the most pleasant of smells, but it's nice and peaceful around here. So Aubrey was complaining that my easy pace isn't easy enough, so I'm having to sort of really go easy. I do sometimes think that I don't often go easy enough, so it's quite interesting sometimes just to sort of run at slightly at different paces, because you kind of appreciate then that, well, actually my easy pace perhaps isn't my easy pace and I should be running them easier. Okay, Aubrey's put his camera down because he's now thinking that he needs to get going. So my heart rate has now crept above 100 as we've got up to his race pace, so let's see if I can help him through the next 15 minutes. Be a good test to see how good my pace judgment is. The problem with pacing is that once you've run for a minute or two at a pace, you kind of get used to what the sort of feel is. So you have to be careful to adjust it for sort of the wind or the road, if the road goes up at all. But so at the moment we're actually running a bit fast. But hey, having said that, he needs to run under 5-minute K pace to break his PB, so you don't want to be correct. Don't want to be too safe, as it were. Well, I did see Ingebrigtsen saying biggest mistake that sort of average runners do is go too hard in their workout. So it's another thing to ponder on for another time, I think.
I don't mind not going too hard, to be fair. I really like taking it easy. All right,
I think we're about right. So I'll put the camera down because it's actually quite hard work, I find, to hold the camera. We were saying as well that in some races you kind of have to go with your video and just get the work done. Okay, we don't want to go up there because it's rather hilly. So Aubrey's doing well. We're in 5 minutes. We're just over 8-minute mile pace, but we've just gone up the uphill bit. So hopefully we'll regain a bit of time on this very gradual little downhill bit. So we just started our second lap, and the first lap has a little run in. Took us exactly 7:30. So we think if we do another lap, we'll be there. That's my bleep for 4 miles into this overall run. That mile was at 8:02, which I think is bang on a 5-minute K pace. So we're doing well. And more to the point, Aubrey's doing well. I always think would I like to live in a place like this, because it's kind of quite idyllic in the summer, but in the winter when you're snowed in, maybe not so good.
Yeah.
And you can't just nip to the shops, can you? You'd have to get in the car to go anywhere. Sue doesn't really like the countryside anymore because she sort of grew up there. I think she sort of likes a bit more cosmopolitan lifestyle. Right, this is when it really starts to bite now, because still got a way to go, but you're deep into it. Even my heart rate's hit 130 now, so shows that we really are working this one reasonably hard. It's funny wearing the Adios Pro 3s after a few days in the Adios 8s, because I noticed straight away the higher stack and the softer feel. But in a way, I kind of feel the Adios 8s feel a good purpose for me, because they're actually slightly lighter and a lot cheaper, though. Once you bought a shoe, that's hardly really an issue, isn't it? But yeah, I just like to try different shoes, and then half the time when I do my shoe offs, I find there's not actually any difference between them. So yeah, in the day, runs like this become far more important than your shoes, because your shoes themselves don't make you run. they kind of like the icing on the cake in a way. So I think we need to remember that in this day and age.
4 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
4 minutes, 25 seconds, so.
Mr. Boss,
This is the bit that really hurts.
we've got an extra gear.
We have actually sped up actually. We're definitely seeing 7 something on the clock. We've got a nice little downhill bit as well here. Or say downhill, it's probably about 1% downhill if that. But it all helps, doesn't it?
It's a nice feeling when the Garmin is telling you you're going too fast and we're about to end the hard work. That's why my talking is a bit slow.
I'm finding it hard to talk myself now actually. I think holding the camera, I think I did a test once, and holding the camera I did 5 beats to my heart rate, so there's a lesson to YouTubers I think. How long to go?
2 minutes.
2 minutes to go. We're now at 7:36 lap pace, so Aubrey's well inside his PB speed, so if he can keep this going to the London 10k, he's going to smash that 50k barrier. Alright, we're literally on the home run now.
Okay. Let's go.
I think you've got a good sprint finish in you.
Okay.
You shouldn't really be sprint finishing these ones, but sometimes it's always nice to sort of feel that you've just sort of got yourself out that last little bit, and you can enjoy that orange lemonade that much better, can't you?
Yeah. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Let's kick it up a notch.
See if you can get past me. Oh, he's really motoring. I've really got to go up a gear here. I bet you were a sprinter at school, weren't you? He's leaving me for dead. Is that it? Hold on. Hold on. Great running.
This is what happens when you run with the man Tim Roche.
I always get the odd feeling of the filming, which also is amusing because you often don't see what's behind the scenes, and you have to see how many waffles and sniffs and snorts that we edit out later. But yeah,
I'll tell you what. Let me now take you back to the pub where we met, and this is where this video really starts, and then we'll get to the run.
Well, we can enjoy the nice little warm down now.
Oh no, wait. I wasn't recording the first time. So
Oh, the whole thing? Oh no.
The sprint finished in the workout. As you can see, Tim Gross. What a privilege it is. Before we talk too much, my name is Aubrey, a very average runner, trying to be less average by the day. And
definitely doing so.
There you go. Back to the pub. We'll show you where this video starts.
He outsprinted me at the end, I think.
Sorry?
He outsprinted me at the end, or I had to go into full.
Sorry, Tim. I didn't hear that.
I think you outsprinted me at the end.
Sorry, Tim.
Okay, so Aubrey and me on the warm down, and Sue might say you don't want to ever follow Tim on a run, so I seem to have taken Aubrey up on some sort of dusty track. Both got our Adios Pro 3 super shoes on, and we're going over rutted ground, but this time of year it's so dry that I don't really have a problem with outsoles. So also I make a point of saying I'm never too worried about outsoles, because maybe I'm just having long levers. I never feel like I'm really going to fall down. Aubrey was saying that, generally agree, but you're just saying that if you buy an expensive shoe, you kind of want something that's going to last, and you don't want the outsole to obviously peter out before the foam, do you? I can totally get that.
I also think, Tim, like the cheapest shoe I've ever reviewed on my channel is Reebok's Float, I think 5.
Oh yeah.
It's £85.
Right.
It's got the best outsole in terms of its feel, grip, as well as resilience.
Yeah.
When you buy a Vaporfly for £230 and you see its outsole, I get it, they're trying to keep the weight down, but I want them to give me that shoe for as long as they can.
Yeah, I mean, I think I tend to sort of, my heel strike tends to be most wear at the on the toe. So, yeah. But I've seen other people like literally will go through Vaporflies after literally 1 or 2 runs, and you're kind of thinking they must have a very different gait to me to wear down a shoe in a totally different place to that I don't even seem to land. So maybe there's an element of that as well. And there's always a compromise, isn't it? Because trail shoes I never really like, because in the summer I never think you need a trail shoe because you just wear a road shoe. Yeah. And they just have that aggressive outsole. It might be great, but just adds weight. And in my size, keeping the weight down is a real problem in these Adios Pro 3s are more or less 300 grams.
Yeah.
And if Aubrey reviewed a shoe that's 300 grams as a daily trainer, you wouldn't probably get that excited about it, would you?
No. I think I'll mention it as a drawback for the shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas I have to sort of think, well, my feet are my feet, and then I just have to make do with it.
Yeah.
But equally, I found that having a shoe that's really light, like say a streak fly,
Yeah.
it's good in theory, but in practice you then do appreciate the fact that having a bit more weight and a bit more foam, there is actually a reason to it.
Correct.
So it's always a compromise for sure. Right, we're now back on dry land, as it were.
I'm trusting you here. I've got no idea where we are. No clue.
If you've ever done the Dorking 10K or 10 miles, you probably recognise this bit in reverse.
Oh, you came down here.
So we came the other way from Brockham, where we parked near the pub.
Yeah.
And this is like the first bit. It's like 2 big laps. And this is probably after about in the first mile.
Tim, all I want to know is this going back to where we parked?
Hopefully. I've got 2 Garmin's on with maps, so
Okay.
although it doesn't often stop me from getting lost. Of course, when you do a race, you never really sort of like appreciate what is actually around you. I think we're in a place called Strood Green, which is the next village up from Brockham. Quite rare to see a phone box now. Actually, it's a phone box, that's a defibrillator. They're normally bookstores, aren't they? Second-hand bookstores.
If you ever wonder what it's like for Mr. Tim Gross when he's filming his stuff, this is what it's like.
Yeah. Well, I can get quite high, can't I? So.
Yeah. Wait,
Maybe
Tim.
not quite as high as the flagpole there. But.
Wait, hold on, Tim.
So I'm about 195 in new money.
So if you look in Tim's camera, at this point, Tim, I'm going to ask you to send me your footage. Basically, if you can see me in Tim's camera, I've got a selfie stick that's super long. I basically needed to do this to emulate Tim's arm reach.
I do have it on super view, so
Yeah.
thinking that I could get more chance of getting me in.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's fairly clever about picking up your face most of the time, isn't it? I find. Which one have you got? GoPro 10 or 11?
10.
10, yeah, I got 10 as well. I might get the 12
Yeah.
because it's like every September they come out, don't they? Now I need to run this road, so we'll just. Oh, it's private. I think they're still building it. So this is the problem. It says private, but I can run down it. This is where I get manic because I see a dead end thinking I need to run down it, but no, we'll do that another time. Giving it a to come back here because I quite like coming back to these places which are nice. So Sue always says don't trust him on mileages because if he says it's a mile, it's probably 2. So we did go a bit of a detour on the way back, but it was a nice little warm down for us. And we just passed where we parked. So we're going to wander down to a nice little bridge, get a bit of cool air, and we'll cogitate over a good run and then off for our orange and lemonade. I think I really will have to have an orange and lemonade, but it's a good joke anyway. Now you were one of these runners that you look at your Garmin and say I've done 5.89 miles. I think normally I would think I'd have to do 6 or 10k,
Yeah.
but today I think, oh, I can't be bothered. We've run enough. So
They always start running around in circles just to close it off.
oh yeah, I've done that. Yeah. Right, good run, excellent. So I make it that we did overall just under 6 miles, I think in miles, an average pace of 9:21, which is probably faster than Aubrey thought he was going to be going. And did you get your split for the 15 minutes?
Yeah, I get it once I close the run.
Okay. We thought as well as matching shoes, we'd try and match Garmin's, but I've got a 265, but I couldn't get the damn thing to charge on the way here. So I've got a 955 and a 945 LT, which at least have maps. So if we get lost, we've got 2 things to look at for maps.
Do you know what, Tim? I'm going to ask for this clip. Anyone who watches my channel, if you haven't subscribed to Tim Gross's channel, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Because if I die on my way home, you know who to go after.
Yeah, I do most of my filming sort of actually on runs, just to prove that we actually run in shoes. Because we always think we need to be honest as shoe tubers, and if we say we've run X amount of miles in a shoe, then instead of saying 20 miles, then I can sort of say, oh, I ran that one, and that one. If it was only 18, then I can be honest and say it is a first run review. And I hate doing first run reviews, but sometimes people want to know what a shoe is, and you kind of feel like, I want to know what shoe is, so I'll do a first run review and then I'll try and hopefully go back to the shoe and prove I didn't just buy it and have to send it back or whatever.
But I think you do a good job of going into the detail. Even on your first run, impression kind of shoes, you do. If I'm gonna go buy it, I would love to know what someone else's first run runs, and I think
I think generally most shoes I know within a few miles whether I'm going to like it or not, and even just sort of like how it sits on your foot before you even run. I mean, for me with a very narrow foot, if I put on a wide shoe, if it's wide out of the box, it's not going to get any narrower. That's the issue.
Correct.
Like, that was a bit like the Boston 12. Initially I put that on, I thought, oh, this is really great, and then when I've done it up, it suddenly sort of seemed to get a bit bigger. Then I've started thinking, oh, maybe it's not so good. So sometimes you win and sometimes you don't.
All right, so orange and lemonade time.
Yeah. What was your split for the 15 minutes? Do we know?
No, I think I get it once I put it to the...
Oh, we'll have to come back to that.
What I've got, so 9.46k is what we ran.
Yeah.
At an overall pace, K.
Okay, yeah. What did I say? 9 point... Oh, yeah.
So 9.46k.
9.46k.
At 5.53 minute Ks overall. Not so much the working set.
Okay. So that's a good average pace, isn't it? Even so, with a middle bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we were well under 5 minutes because we really pushed on that last couple of minutes.
I'm still feeling it now.
You're still feeling it now, yeah. I was saying that we should take this even pace, and of course we just cautioned to win, and then we started sprinting down the road. And I had to sort of like chase like a 12-year-old. Right, off to the orange and lemonade. I went to a pub last night when I went in for an orange and lemonade, and literally there was no one in there. It took me a few minutes to actually find the bar lady, and I said, can I have a drink please? And she said, that's what we're here for. And I was looking around thinking, oh, hope this pub's going to last because there's no customers. But we think there's a few more around on this one. There's two pubs here, the Royal Oak and the Inn on the Green, which is also called the
Grumpy Mole. Grumpy
Mole, yeah. So Aubrey said, oh, is that the Grumpy Mole? And I said, oh, I don't think it's the Inn on the Green. But it's the same pub. Okay, so we weren't lying about the orange and lemonade. We really have bought 2 orange and lemonades. Principally because we've got to drive home. But anyway, thirsty work as well.
To be honest, I'm quite disappointed, as in, I didn't actually think. I thought it was some innuendo for something else. Something alcoholic. But it actually meant an orange and lemonade, but we move.
Well, I think Alex Higgins, the snooker player, has been watching a few snooker YouTube videos, and he used to order orange juice when he really meant an orange juice and vodka. I think it was a code word. Okay, so just reading Aubrey's Garmin here. So we did the 15-minute interval with an average pace of 4:50, and we were trying to do 5 minutes. So I think we were pretty much bang on the right pace for the first half, and then Aubrey obviously felt good, and then we pushed on a bit. So I think that's a job well done, actually. Bodes well for your 10k.
Thank you very much.
So I better do my outro, haven't I? So I hope you found this interesting. Like and subscribe to that, and see you on the next one then. Bye. And bye for you.